Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New Orleans Saints. The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing right away is Daniels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down at a yard.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
60 Vikings.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
To the air goes Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line. 19.
Here's Daniels. Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
10 yards.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
At the 33-yard line. 18, 70 range, 60 average.
To throw is Daniels.
Wide open receiver complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints will strike first here, this wild card matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
looking to put a drive together.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Hall to throw it. Got Patterson on a quick slant here.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Hey, street.
Hall. And that's going to be incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Rig alert. Hey, Trash. 60 Maverick, 18 Rattler. Ready.
Now Daniels. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
At the 48-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Looking to throw. Daniels. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Go. Panther 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now Daniel's going to keep it.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Turn 19. Cut 70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. Buffalo 18. Ready?
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Theo Johnson.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Saints had 6 to their lead.
60 Maverick. Dragon 6, 18. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Come on,
The Saints will line up for the two-point.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught. This time the two-point conversion works, and it's 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Taking it about the 1. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Now Richardson going to shift things up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking deep downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Jared Stingley picks it. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
From the 31, here's second down and 2.
18 Cardinals. Mustang 19. Let's go now. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job. They're forcing a loss on that play.
Ready.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
19 Tigers. Trap 60.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Timberwolves. 19 tight. 79 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Theo Johnson
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Saints continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Now, once again, the Saints will decide to go for the 2-point conversion.
18 Cardinal, 18, 19, Dragon 60, Hawk 70, Hawk, Cup 19, Cup 19.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they're trying for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
a 2nd and 10.
Buffalo 18. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18. 5 here.
Richardson.
Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Check 60. Check 60. Go check. Go 19.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it. Because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one. And look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. From 21 yards away.
And the Saints continue to pull away here this first half. Well, that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Two-point conversion.
And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
30. Vikings, nothing.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Go, Reed. Go, Ready.
Richardson looking to throw this.
He finds his man, complete. That's Wood. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6. 6 to go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Come on. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Check mash. Check mash.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Ready.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. That is caught.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
18, 5 here. Viking, 18. Trap 50, trap 50. Panther 11, Panther 11. Buffalo 18. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Ready, ready.
Now it's Richardson.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ready, check, check.
2nd and 10.
Check, Bobcat. Check, 79 Broncos. 70 Timberwolves.
Again, it's Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Richardson going to change the play here.
Go check, go check.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
19 tight. Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Mustang 19. Cougar 19. 7 Pirates, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Go, Rig. Go, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Now Richardson.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Ready, ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 60 Maverick. 18 Pioneer.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wood.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Buffalo, 18. 79 Broncos. Dragon, 60.
The final shot before break. Daniels on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Spins past him.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Richardson working from the gun.
Bringing it in. Jackson left side. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
They need 2. Here's third down.
And it's third down.
And that run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Richardson looking to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Richardson going to move him around.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Trap 60, trap 60.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Viking 18. Panther 60, Panther 60, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
70 Lions, out, Dragon 60, Buffalo 18. Go.
And Richardson looks to throw once more.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me. The subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Hurt. Right there, Hurt. Let go.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
He finds his man, complete. That's one. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18.
First down. Again, 42 yards. First down, Minnesota.
And Richardson yet again.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now down to 20.
Vikings 10.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here's Daniels.
Johnson with a completion over the middle.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
18 Rattler, 18 Warriors, 70. Street. I'm coming. Sixty Maverick.
To the air goes Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
The score is Saints 36, Vikings 10.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw. Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Anthony Richardson sacked. A loss of 14 on the play. It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson got his man complete over the middle. It's Jackson.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Back to throw. Richardson.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Go check, go check. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go, start. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Check, hurt, hurt.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10.
Go, Reed. Go, Cowboy 80. 79 Broncos. Ready, ready.
Back to the air with Richardson. Another completion right back to Patterson.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A gain of 15. First down, Vikings.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to bring this one down right about the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Ready. Buffalo, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Richardson now from the gun on 3rd down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a 1st down as well.
First down, Minnesota.
Here we go. Go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
19 right. Ready.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Got Patterson on the quick slant here.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down. A nice little gain. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Let's go.
Now Richardson going to shift things up.
And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Richardson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
60 Maverick, 60 Warriors, 70.
Daniels looking to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
3rd and 2. throw is Daniels. He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
First down.
77 Pirates.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
70 Rangers. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
65. Here we go. Cut 19. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 19 Lions. 79 Broncos. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Now Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Over the middle, complete. That's Wood. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Richardson going to change the play here.
Back to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wood. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 41 yards.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come up, 70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. 19 Lions. Riggs. Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, Panther 11. Mustang 19. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Viking 18. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And the Saints season will march on as we say thanks for watching and so long.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.